Hi guys, my name is Alyssa and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to finish up the main numbers of my Numerology Life Path series, and that number is 9. If you're here and you're like, I want 22 and 33, that'll be the next video, but this is the final number. So when I call it the final number and you're still waiting on your other ones, those are coming. This is just the final number of the life paths. It's the finishing number. Now, one last time I'm going to do this, and it's going to be really exciting for you. I didn't do it in the 8 video because I forgot. So, 1 is the father, 2 is the mother, the wife, 3 is the child, the creative soul, 4 is a house built around the family, 5 is all the vacations and the change, 6 is the mother-child relationship, the nurturing, the extended family, the family as a whole. 7 is the spiritual journey, the journeys of the soul and the mind. 8 is the trials, the point in the life where you have to overcome and be who you were born to be. 9 is the end-all be-all, is the grandpa, is the I've been there, I've done that. This is my story. I am complete. I'm sure that there's reincarnation stories with numerology that say you can start off at the 1 and you move up through the 9 with all your different lives. I don't really know. I don't even think I've read that, but it sounds legit. That'd be kind of interesting because it is like 9 has lived all of the lives, has done everything. When I put out the 8 video, a lot of people were like, this sounds like the 9. Biggest difference between the 8 and the 9 is that the 9 doesn't need to touch the stove to know it's hot. It's already done that. The 8 touches the stove 1.5 million times. And it's like, oh shit, this is hot. Oh shit, this is hot. The 8 has to reap what it sowed. The 9 has already done that. The 9 has so far surpassed all the other numbers that it no longer needs a challenge. The 9 is the coach, is the leader, is the teacher. And yes, I've said the leader, and I would almost like to make a video on all the numbers that lead, maybe I will, and how they lead differently, because each number has leadership qualities. The 9 is the coach, the shepherding leader that understands people. If you are a man and you are a 9, I will tell you right now that all the women you date are probably extremely strong. It's for a woman too, like a woman 9 wants to date strong men. But it's especially true for the man 9 because if you're in a heterosexual relationship, a lot of other numbers that are men will feel intimidated by a woman who is stronger than them. Maybe it's not vocal for everybody or even something that you base your life on, but it is something that's there. Most women are used to that in men. Oh, they're intimidated by me. But if you have dated a 9, if you are with a 9, that 9 is not intimidated by you. That 9 wants you to be strong. When people break up, they always have to make up a reason why it didn't work out, because saying that you just didn't like each other anymore hurts too badly, so you always have to have a reason, My ex thinks that I cultivated an inappropriate relationship with my boss while we were dating. That's not true. I didn't even start dating my boss until after we had already broken up. So, whatever. I've heard from women who have dated 9s who've broken up with them. They have said that, oh, he was just intimidated because I made more money than he did. And I just want you to know now, if you broke up with a 9, that did not happen. The 9 is not intimidated by how much money you made. The 9 is not intimidated by you at all. 9s don't get intimidated by people. If you want to bank on somebody always keeping their cool in tough situations, always being able to say what they want to say, you can bank on a 9. They are level-headed. It's just the way that the 9 is. The 9 is a grandfather sitting on the porch, smoking their pipe, telling all the little kids their stories from all the lives that they've lived. A 9 as a kid is observant. Even if you're a fast-moving 9, even if you're, say, like my husband, who is a 9, like my husband's an Aries rising, so he just does things. Even if you do that, you still observe. Even if it's not like your first thought, or maybe it's just a quick observant before you do it. Nines can observe people. There are some other numbers who just really feel like they're awesome observers. You're just not as good as a 9. Nines are observers of people because it doesn't take a lot of brain energy for a 9 to observe at the same time that they're doing something. A lot of other people have to like really focus their attention and figure somebody out. A 9 just knows. I'm not saying that every 9 is this great person. I'm saying you have the potential to be. You are a level-headed person. You are an intelligent person. But your life path, because it is so developed, because you are so developed as a person, it needs you to force yourself to break out a little bit, because it's so easy for a 9 just to kind of sit back and let other people take the reins and just kind of watch them. Sometimes a 9 has to force themselves to get up and just say, hey, I'm going to take control of this. You guys are fucking this up. Some 9s have already gotten over that hump, and they like to just take control over things that don't even matter and that aren't even their thing. Everybody else, every other number is very competitive. They have a competitive thing in nature in them to want to rise, basically count up the numbers. And when I say like a lot of people want to change their name to resemble 8 so that they can be successful. They don't want to change their name to have 9s, because a 9 isn't always successful, because a 9 sits back and observes, okay? But if you really think about it, every single number wants to reach the top, and the top is a 9. They all want to find that zen that the 9 naturally has. Say you're a 9 and your boss is a 6. That 6 does not want that you anywhere near their position. That 6 is not going to promote that 9 because it's going to threaten them. And it's harder the earlier it is. Like the 1 has a lot of energy. The 1 is built on energy. The 9 is so different from that. The 9 is zen. The 9 leads effectively every time because it is the end all be all. The 9 is the leader of leaders. The 9 is Phil Jackson. I had to look up Phil Jackson because he wrote that 11 book, and I thought it was so interesting that he had all these 11s underneath them, these power numbers, these men that led teams. But Phil Jackson is not this master number. He's not an 11 or 22 or 33. He's a 9. These master numbers lose a little bit of their zen. They have to focus to find their zen because they're a little bit all up in the air, right? The 9 isn't like that. The 9 just focuses, has zen. The 9 knows, and the 9 can teach the leaders how to lead. The 9 is a leader of leaders. The 4s that lead churches would not be able to lead the churches if they didn't have a 9 mentoring them in the first place. The 11s that can go on and conquer amazing feats would not be able to do that without the guidance of a 9. The 8 doesn't have humanity without the leadership of the 9. The 8 is cold without a 9. The 3 has no rules without the 9. The 1 can never be the father figure without their father teaching them first. And who's their father but the grandfather, the 9. As a 9, your purpose is not just other people. Your purpose is greater than that. Your purpose is to lead leaders, and there's no greater leader than that. I've known enough 9s to know that this is true. So anyway, that was your 9, and I'm out now. Remy, are you out? Are you out, Remy? Yeah? You just gonna get my finger? Okay. Remy's done. Paula, come over here. The 9 has all the tools in place to not destroy themselves. They know what will destroy themselves before they do it. If they do it, they're going in willingly. And that's what kills a 9.